welcome to episode 66 of Knobcat Games Dungeons of the Obelisk podcast. I'm your host, Joe Sleppy. I'm Executive Prime at Knobcat Games. This show is our audio devlog where we get together every so often and talk about our game, Dungeons of the Obelisk, a 2D turn-based dungeon crawling loot grinding adventure. And I'm joined today by our digital alchemist, TJ Edicernia.
Hello.
And it's been a little while since our last podcast. We kind of took a break because we didn't have a ton of stuff going on, but that has changed now. We have our Spooky Month update. For starters, Spooky Month basically is just like everybody gets a ton of free stuff. So we got Pumpkinhead that stands in town and hands out treats every day.
Yeah, when I was setting up those rewards, I was looking at it, it's like, there's a lot of stuff here. This is quite generous when it's offering.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I want it to be like worth it, right? Like most days you're just getting a Zap Energy candy, right? Which is the new Halloween consumable that gives you 40 energy.
Yeah.
But if you log in for 30 days and are playing the game, you end up getting a couple baby Barsooms, and then the what's it called? The grand prize, I guess, at the end of the month is the Barsoom, right?
Yeah, it should be a Barsoom to kind of top it all off.
Yeah, there's some crystals in there. One of the important things, I guess, about this is now we have functionality for a calendar, right?
Yep.
So now that we've done it once, it's not going to be as hard to, make future rewards calendars, which is something I feel like we can play around with. There's lots we can do with that.
Yeah, part of what's been going on, I guess, throughout the past month was like in prep for future use of both events and an entire calendar system. Because, we now have it set up where any event type thing, anything that's supposed to be like temporarily pop up and then hide itself later, you can very quickly put that in now.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the pop-up for the meteor shower event is still showing when you log in.
Yep. Yeah, that was my mistake on having it still pop up, because it quite literally is just a toggle of a yes or a no, and I forgot to toggle it off.
Yeah, we should probably get rid of that so it's not confusing people pretty soon.
Yeah, I was going to have an update on Monday for people that should try to fix current issues along with fixing that one.
Yeah, and I think if I edit this podcast when I want to, which will be Monday morning, this should be out by Monday afternoon when that happens, I guess. So I guess expect that update if you're listening to this right when it came out. But another thing for the Spooky Month event is that Pumpkinhead is in town wearing the Pumpkinhead, and then everywhere that you play now, there's a chance to drop the Pumpkinhead item, which is a head item that has, I don't remember the minimum, but I think it's up to 12% mana regenerate, which I think is actually really powerful. I think it's probably the most powerful head slot in the game now.
6 to 12 mana regenerate.
10% is your base mana regenerate, so basically getting 10% doubles your mana regenerate.
In terms of legendaries, it's competing against the Crown, which just gives Goldfind as its main thing.
And the Croc head that has damage reduction and the set bonus.
And the sword.
Oh yeah, we have the sword now. I always forget that the sword is a head slot item. Yeah, that one's pretty good. That's probably its best competition for a head slot is the Path Through Harmony.
Yeah, I'd always expect like a set item to be overall stronger than a legendary though. So it kind of makes sense.
I feel like they're comparable because they're basically the same rarity, except the sets have a set bonus. So on its own, it might not be better than the legendary, but whenever you have the full set, it should be at least more beneficial. Give you like some more bonuses.
Problem is I can't get this headset sword to drop.
I'm looking at one in my inventory. I got the full 6% area damage on it.
Must be nice. I'm over here. I got no sets. So can't get them to drop. Although I also don't have any.
I feel like you don't
buffs.
play very often, actually, because you're usually working on the game.
Yep. Like right now, I'm trying to test it, so I was running challenges, but I got a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, it takes a little bit if you don't have the buffs on.
Oh, the items are a pretty big buff chance, so it adds up that I can't get the items to drop at all.
Yeah, and like it's hard to get one specific item that you're looking for. Like it's better to kind of farm for a bunch of stuff and then see what you got, I feel like, than to, you know, just be looking for one specific thing. A lot of the game is like, I don't know, maybe like a mind game is the wrong term for it, but like you kind of have to be in the right mindset to like play a game like this, because you have to like think about drop rates, and you know, if a drop rate's really low, what are the chances of you actually getting something and then playing like that.
Yeah, I've definitely fought drop rates in games before, and typically the game that I play that would have a drop rate has like a trade system, so you can, if you're that unlucky, you can actually just get the item from somebody else. Outside of that, any game that doesn't have it, it's like you just gotta accept the fact, like, all right, I'm gonna be fighting for who knows how long, who knows how many weeks to get the item that I want.
Yeah, I've definitely played other games where I farmed for like a year and didn't get the stuff that I wanted. So I feel like our game's a little more generous than that, but I also feel like a trade system would straight up break the game, right? Like, it ruined Diablo 3 at the beginning until they took their trade system out.
They had to remove a trade system. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I didn't play when it was in, but that's basically they had like a market or whatever you call it for trading items, and yeah, it basically like ruined the game. Like I don't know how else to say it. Like it was just like, I don't know, the economy was definitely like messed up because of that. So then they made it so that the character that you're playing you have the most likely chance of that character's items dropping. So like if you're playing like the Witch Doctor or something, then they made it so that the Witch Doctor items drop more often when you're playing a Witch Doctor, so they called it like smart loot or something like that, I think. But yeah, they changed a bunch of stuff at the beginning of Diablo 3 and like fixed it up, kind of like Diablo 4 too, where people kind of didn't like it as much, and then now it's starting to get better reviews and people are starting to say they're having a lot more fun with it now that they've changed some things.
I was playing Diablo 4, but I ended up stopping because the whole system of you make a character, you play for the season, then you make a new character kind of pushed me away because I played too many different games to be doing stuff like that.
Oh yeah, seasons are fun if that's your thing. But like, to me, I really like having one character that's like your main dude, and then you just make that character stronger forever, which is why that's how Dodo is.
Yep, you get the continuous build-up of your character getting stronger, enemies get stronger, character gets stronger, and the cycle continues.
Yeah, I never really played seasons in Diablo 3. I pretty much just always played the main one. But they did have it so that Paragon that you gained during the season would go to your non-seasonal character as like, so playing the seasons ended up making your main character stronger, and then you keep your seasonal character as a non-seasonal character once you're done with the season. There was some like stuff to it, but I don't know how we would do seasons in Dodo. I don't want to think about that yet.
Gotta make a new character every season.
Yeah, we don't have multiple characters yet either, so there's a lot to think about on stuff like that. We're way off topic thinking about things that we're not going to do yet. Let's talk about Punky, and I guess Gutso's not in the game yet, but we can kind of give the preview of that as well. Punky is the orange pumpkin companion, and I'm playing challenges right now with Punky, and I'm like pushing further than I've ever been. I think it's a really good companion.
Yeah, Punky is definitely a nice one. Wish I could actually max this thing out because I haven't done it yet. But I do quite like it, and I like the animations it has as it moves around.
Yeah, it's Nika once again. Like Ben's your really cool pumpkin, but Nika made like a pumpkin move around in a way that like is great. It just like makes sense. It's so funny.
Like, how do you make a sentient pumpkin?
She did it. So let me look at Punky. So it's a 10 to 20% chance to increase your strength by 0 to 5% each time you hit an enemy. And it just gives a flat 20% boost to dexterity as well. So it makes it comparable to the rare companion that would just give a 20%, and then the 5% each time builds off of your current increased strength. So each time you gain strength, it like ticks up too. So it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit tricky with the description because it says in the description up to or as low as 0% increase. Like, if you're a player and you're seeing that, it's like, oh, I'm great, I increased my strength by nothing, so what do I gain from this? It's one of those things where it's like, realistically, if you get this thing, I don't think it can even drop with the actual 0%. It's got to give at least a few points into it.
Yeah, I guess that's like the base. I need to nail down the math on how the companions work, because like sometimes I gotta get a look at the other ones because they'd have like different ranges, but they all add up to 30 for your power level of your companion. So like Mr. Donut's chance goes from 0.5 to 8.
Yep. It's like a tricky little visual thing because 0.5 is technically, like, if you have 0 points in that, then it's 0.5. But realistically, a player getting the item can't actually have 0 points in any of the portions of it.
Yeah. They're usually like 2 or 3 to start with.
I wonder if anybody's managed to get one to drop at max level by default.
I haven't done it, even with the loot creator and like testing, so.
Yeah, the chance is there. It's not a very good chance, but it is there. You'd have to have some insane luck.
And then Gutso is going to get added. Or is Gutso going to be in for the Monday update?
I should be able to put it in. I figured. So with Monday, not only is it going to have like some bug fixes, the new companion, I'm also going to like scatter random pumpkins probably throughout the different levels, just as like a little visual thing.
Alright.
The land is going to be infested with pumpkins.
See, I thought about making all the chests into pumpkins in all the levels, but I've thought that might be like too much work.
That would be cool though. Have like a ton of pumpkins just everywhere. Open up pumpkin chests. If only we had like a version where it's cracked open. Have the top ripped off.
Oh yeah, we could have done. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you like could do that just end up taking a little bit more time and costing a little bit more money to do. Ben could have spent another 2 hours and drawn like a cracked open pumpkin for once you click on it. I think what we got for the event is pretty good. Oh, we didn't really talk about Gutso. So Gutso is basically the opposite of Punky. So instead of giving you a dexterity bonus like Punky, you get a strength bonus on Gutso. And then Gutso has the 10 to 20% chance to increase your dexterity each time you hit an enemy. So they're kind of like inverse of each other. And Gutso is the green pumpkin.
Yeah, it's like a perfect flip of one and another. It's kind of a shame you can't have both equipped at the same time. That'd be the power combo right there.
An extra companion.
Yep.
Seems broken.
Swap out your artifact for a secondary companion.
That feels like it would just break the game. Like, not in just like a play, like, oh, that's really good, it's broken, but just in like a, you don't have an artifact slot anymore, so now your game's just broke.
Oh yeah, it would probably break the game if that was done. But I'd like to have 2 equipped. I wouldn't mind having 2 pumpkins.
Also, for the flavor text for Punky, it says, in the beginning, Gord created the heavens and the earth, which to me is, I don't know why it's so funny to me. But then Gutso's is going to be, may the grace of Gord be with all, amen. So it's the Punky's the first verse of the Bible, and Gutso is the last verse of the Bible for flavor text.
Just makes me feel like Pumpkinhead is just, He's making his own cult, and he's trying to build up this pumpkin cult, and this is his month.
Pumpkin lore. He's like Pumpkin Jesus.
I'm all for it. Worship Pumpkinhead, the odd, near-naked man with a pumpkin.
This is the first October in the game, so it's the first spooky month that anybody has celebrated in Topia. So we didn't want to go like too big. So next year there will be places to go. You know, maybe a Pumpkinhead decides to carve a face so he can actually see out of the pumpkin, and maybe that'll let him move around and stuff.
Yeah, it must be very hard to tell where he's going with that pumpkin.
He has some pop-up flavor text that says, like, I literally cannot see anything with this on my head. And we can expand on the lore. Like, who is Pumpkinhead? Is he just a pumpkin farmer that tripped in the field one day and now has a pumpkin stuck on his head? Who knows?
I almost want to see it go into like the full cult idea where he's now converting the enemies into pumpkin creatures. So you just go into combat and every single one of them just has a pumpkin as a head instead of their typical head.
Well, like a glub is just a head, so it would just be like
it's just a
glub face on a pumpkin, I guess.
Just strapped to their back or something.
Yeah, there's lots of places that we can take it now. You know, we didn't go too far this October, so next October Pumpkinhead will probably return and
more powerful than ever.
But yeah, I think that's it for the updates, right? That's pretty much everything in Spooky Month. Don't forget to click on the pumpkins around town and get your free stuff from them as well.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of a visual design that I've been trying to add in as a way to like show to people that things can be interacted with. You'll notice that the pumpkins kind of become bigger when your cursor goes over them.
Yeah.
And slowly adding that into just like different features in the game, just slowly they'll have that whole feature attached to them so that eventually everything you can actually click on will become bigger. You hover over it.
Buttons for like the jeweler and stuff all do that as well. It looks good.
Building it up over time.
Yeah, it's all those little things that come together. But I think that's everything. If you don't have anything else, we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, it should be good. I gotta toss myself back into the dungeons.
Keep grinding.
Yep.
Right on. Well, thank you for listening to our episode about Spooky Month, and hopefully you're playing and getting all your rewards. I guess just so people know, Pumpkinhead, you can log in at the end of the month and grab everything if you're inclined to do that. Hopefully you just play all month, but if not, you can grab those rewards. But the pumpkins in town are just once a day, so you got to log in to grab those. Other than that, join us in our Discord to talk about everything Dungeons of the Obelisk. You can find that link at knobcat.com or in the game on the help menu. We also have our social media, which is Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, which are all at Dungeons Obelisk. And if you're listening to this podcast, that means you're probably into our game, so you should leave a review, either a review for the podcast in wherever you're listening to podcasts at, or leave us a Steam review. Those really help the game. You know, positive reviews really help us get new players, so they're greatly appreciated. And every once in a while, I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/StarRambler, so follow me there and get updates whenever I go live. And I think that's everything. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
See ya.